You ever have one of those projects that just never turn out the way you expect it to, but it still turned out pretty decent? This is one of those projects. Segmented plywood bowl. I had this brainiac idea when I was making the miter station wall. I had some triangles that I accidentally, well, not accidentally cut out, but they were scrap pieces of a piece of board that So a few months ago I posted a picture of those triangle pieces set up into a segmented ring, and it looked pretty cool. The pattern looked pretty cool, so I thought that might be a pretty decent pattern for a bowl. Well, I got this other brainiac idea to do those segmented pieces out of the plywood, and this was just scrap pieces of plywood that I had left over from the miter station wall. So that's what I did. I built up I don't know, 6 or 7 layers of plywood rings. I glued them together and I made a bowl using that triangle pattern that I'll show you later in the video. Now, in my head, on the inside of this bowl, I thought all those different grains would actually show on the inside of the bowl. I don't know really what I was thinking. After I cut it down, I realized that that's not the case. So another thing in this project, I wanted to put a magnet on the bottom of this and, you know, just set it out here in the garage. I wasn't going to use it really for anything, just set it out here in the garage, maybe throw some nuts and bolts in there or something, and, you know, kind of have a magnetic tray. Well, that didn't work out either. I actually broke it, and that's why I ended up with the shape that I did. So it was really about this point of the video where I realized that the segmented parts of the bowl wasn't going to turn out the way I anticipated. So I decided to go ahead and finish the bowl and do all the cuts and everything. And then of course this happens. So really during this whole project I learned quite a bit of stuff. Not only that my idea was not necessarily stupid, but it just didn't work out the way I thought. And sometimes you just got to go to work and pull off an idea just to see if it's going to work. And that's kind of what this project ended up being. I went ahead and finished the bowl, and even though it wasn't what I anticipated, I did learn a lot of stuff about this. Now, even though the inside didn't turn out the way I thought it would, I did learn that this pattern actually gives angled lines throughout the whole bowl. And it's about maybe a 20-degree angle or so. But if you had two contrasting woods such as walnut and maple, this pattern on the inside would actually turn out quite cool. Now, it was right here at this point of the video I realized that I didn't have a really good way to finish the bottom of the bowl. I don't have one of the chucks where you actually mount the face of the top of the bowl into and turn so I can mess with the bottom. I've just never bought one, and quite honestly I just don't turn enough bowls to go out and purchase one on my own. Maybe someday I'll do that, and I would like to have one, but today's not that day. So I turned to the disc sanders so I could actually trim up the bottom flush, and then just put some sandpaper on the workbench and flatten the bottom so it would sit flat on a work surface or a table or something. So I guess the moral to today's story is, just because a project don't turn out the way you expect it to, don't mean it can't be still a beautiful project. I'm still very pleased with this bowl the way it turned out. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot of bowls, so I don't have a whole lot of experience in them, but to date this is my biggest bowl, and in my opinion it's still one of my best bowls that I've done. And like I said, just because it don't turn out the way you expect it to, don't mean you shouldn't try. And that's what today's all about. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and until next time, I'll see you later.